Hello, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. I'm here at Mission Bay Park doing a Trees of San Diego episode. So today, I'm going to focus on this tree here, the New Zealand Christmas tree. This tree here is Metrosideros excelsa. So, as the name implies, it's a tree from New Zealand and is planted here in San Diego because it likes the climate, as it is not that much different. Subtropical to warm temperate. So what we have here is usually a large shrub to usually small tree, and it's a member of the Myrtle family, the Myrtaceae. It's an evergreen, so the leaves stay on the tree year round. So what you have here is where it's growing here is a windswept location. So the wind literally prevails from this direction, and these trees are bent backwards, as it's called salt or wind pruning. Wind pruning is where the prevailing wind affects the ability of the plant to grow outward this way, and then the plant ends up growing back. So everything that grows here out any further is trimmed back, or is not able to do so in the first place, and it grows on the leeward side of the wind over here. So why is this called New Zealand Christmas tree? Well, it's because it puts on a festive display around Christmas time in the Southern Hemisphere. See, in the Southern Hemisphere, Christmas occurs at the beginning of summer, whereas it's at the very beginning of winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. So this tree flowers during the late spring and early summer months. So here in San Diego County, this tree will flower usually in May and June. So it doesn't have that Christmas display like it does in the Southern Hemisphere, because these seasons are flip-flopped. So we have here these relatively thick leaves that are alternately arranged, or should I say oppositely arranged. These are oppositely arranged on the stem. They're quite thick, and they're a little bit fuzzy, some very light pubescence or fuzziness on the leaves, and they're a little bit fuzzier underneath. So a little bit light fuzz here, and thicker fuzziness making it look whiter on the underside. As you can see, the leaves kind of curled down at the midrib. Pretty common feature of Metrosideros excelsa. You get these small, kind of thin gray twigs graduate down to this very furrowed, medium gray bark. And a lot of times, since these plants tend to be shrubby, a lot of times these trees will be multi-trunked, as you can see here. So they kind of walk the line between shrub and tree. So I'm going to take a couple pictures of some of these features, and then I'm going to go into some of the more attractive features of this plant momentarily. Alright, let's go look at some of the other features of this tree. Here we have the flowers, which are red, petalless, no petals, these large red stamens. And in mid to late spring or early summer, you cover this plant in mass. You can see very attractive flowers here on this tree. Very attractive. Kind of similar to calistamen species like bottlebrush, and also similar to eucalyptus. Long stamens make very attractive flowers. And the thing is, these trees are related. They are in the Myrtaceae, the Myrtle family. So again, oppositely arranged leaves. They start out kind of lighter colored and then they darken because the newer leaves are fuzzier. They can look a little bit whiter. And then these red, beautiful red flowers. And then these little seed capsules that form in these clusters here. And they split open and shed their little tiny speckled seeds. So there's quite a beautiful tree here. And you can find them all pretty commonly planted here in San Diego County, especially near the coast, as they like to grow near the ocean. Now, sometimes you will see these trees have these little brown structures hanging from the branches that look like aerial roots. That's because they are aerial roots. And I don't see any on these, but sometimes you can see aerial roots hanging down from the branches of these trees, especially where the humidity is higher. And here, being next to the ocean, here in Mission Bay, the humidity is typically higher, so you can expect to see aerial roots on some of these. Not all of them, but I've seen it a few times. Especially here where the marine layer is a very strong presence. Here's one that's growing like a bush. This one might have been cut back. You can see these flowers are turning into the seed capsules, and these seed capsules are going to eventually split open and shed their seeds. Their main way of propagating. Here are the flower buds right here. So pretty neat. This is the New Zealand Christmas tree, Metrosideros excelsa, here at Mission Bay. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you on the next one.